Hey yo, what's going on? So, bunch of stuff that I took away from the SMS campaign the other day. I'm not gonna go through my whole list because it was a long one, but made a bunch of edits. Made a bunch of edits just in the background of the automation side of things, so that things are gonna be handled automatically. And it was a lot of manual stuff that I was doing the other day when I was in the campaign, having to move things around. And again, as I was having to do a lot of that stuff, I would take note of it so that I can build upon automation on the back end. So that's what I did, and I'm gonna go back in today and start sending out some more texts. Again, I apologize that you can't see my screen. Um, Maybe that is something that I can record moving forward, is like a quick video of me actually doing it. But again, if you have never tuned in, this is the first time on the channel. Uh, my streaming software, it just is not, or rather, my computer, my laptop, my MacBook doesn't have the type of power to be able to process everything efficiently and in high quality. So I'm gonna have to upgrade the computer before I can actually stream what and have you guys watch what I'm doing. But until then, I'm just gonna do my best to narrate it out loud of what's going on. So uh, I am using a automated SMS campaign where I am just importing a bunch of properties, and I already have all of the templates for the campaign, so it's all automatic. It's gonna get, like I said last video, it's just a bunch of if-then statements. So like, if I add the person to this campaign, then they get texted 30 seconds later. They get a ringless voicemail, 30 seconds after that. If they don't reply to that, then they get a text the next day. If they don't reply to that, they get a text the next day. If they don't reply to that, they get a text in 7 days, just like that. So, and it's all automated. So right now I have them in a 30-day drip campaign where it'll try that first phone number all the way through. If they get no responses, then it'll automatically update it with the second phone number and send it through that same exact campaign. Um, Moving forward, I'm just going to cap it at two phone numbers, I think. But right now I uploaded three, so the same thing will happen. It'll get to the second end of the second campaign, switches, and it updates it to the third phone number, and then it'll run the same campaign. If nobody responds to any of the numbers, then it will add it to, or it'll tag it cold call, and then it'll add it to a cold call stage in my pipeline. And once enough people fill that pipeline, I'm gonna probably make it just like a common practice. Like every 100 properties they get added to this pipeline stage, I'll then export it and import it into my dialer so that I can hit them on the phone, try calling them as opposed to texting them. Um, and that's just kind of maximize it, right? I don't want to just give up on a property just because they didn't respond to a text. Um, and in that same column, I'm going to try to get everybody added who kicks back three or two once I start uploading two phone numbers. They just get error codes for every single one. So it'll kick me back an error code if I'm trying to text a landline or if I'm trying to text a bad number. So I'm going to try my best. I think there is a way where I can automatically do that. Like if it's going to kick back an error, that I can kind of just push it to that stage of my pipeline. But for now, I'm going to have to manually do it. Um, Not much manual to it. It's just having to go through every single message. It's not that big of a deal right now. It's the low volume that I'm pushing, but once I start, texting a couple hundred people a day, then it's going to be an issue. And you know, something that I found, I think Tuesdays when I sent out the first campaign, and in that initial campaign, they get just as I said, a text and a voicemail drop within the first few minutes of being added to the campaign. If they don't respond, then 24 hours later, they get another text. Uh, and then 30 minutes after that, they get another ringless voicemail. And then 24 hours after that, if they don't respond, then they get another text. So it's kind of, and I've found that people do actually reply to the second text. Well, obviously that's why you do it. But my point is that it's something that I didn't really consider and something that I have to think about in terms of my managing my workload, is because not only am I going to be adding new people, I want to be adding new people to the text campaign every day, but to have the awareness of, okay, there's that many people coming through, and there's that many people who are going to get the second text today as well. So that's why I'm really slow playing it, making sure that everything's good to go before I just overwhelm myself and I start burning through data unnecessarily, right? Because that'll happen. If you get in over your head and you start pushing out thousands of texts. I did that when I first started out. When we thought we knew what we were doing, we were just pushing out texts. And then even looking back on some of those properties, we had gotten some pretty favorable responses, but we were such rookies, and we just didn't know how to handle it. And at the time, I didn't even know it was a favorable response. Right, I had people giving me prices that were excellent prices. I since rounded back with those people and haven't been able to either get in contact with them or been able to get a contract. But still, if I was experienced enough and I wasn't just blasting out texts and just going through them all, expecting somebody to say, yes, buy my house for $1, right? That's really where my head was at. I thought that if I send out enough texts, it's just a numbers game and somebody's going to give me their house for free. I didn't think that somebody was actually going to give me their house for free, but I thought that I would be able to cross paths with the lowest hanging fruit, right? Somebody who's ready to sell, they're overwhelmed with their situation, they need to sell in the next 30 days or they're going to lose the house, that type stuff. But that doesn't really happen often, right? So it's being able to maximize on your data, have somebody give you an unrealistic price, but then to kind of dig a little deeper and figure out if they just threw it out there just to throw it out there, but they are desperate to sell or they need to sell, and you can only do that by actually having that conversation. And it's a lot easier to just dismiss people via text. When you're blasting out a bunch of text, it's very easy to have somebody say, when the estimate's 200,000, for them to be like, yeah, but I want 250, and then you just kind of move it on, right? So that's type of stuff I was doing, setting up other campaigns where I can follow up with them automatically. Um, Push them into like a realtor referral SMS campaign where I'm following up with them every so often to see if maybe they want me to connect them with a realtor that I work with so that they can list it on market and likely get something close to what they're asking for, so that I can kind of be aware of which campaign I'm sending them to, what type of messages they're going to be getting, how often they're going to be followed up with, and really, again, just tie all that back into my ability to stay on top of all of it. Because SMS is one of those things I'm finding is it's kind of proactive in that I'm gonna be getting replies when I send text, so I can, for the most part, sit down for work and be like, okay, for the next couple hours, I'm gonna send out some text and I'm gonna handle all of the incoming texts. But it's a text message, so it's not live. So somebody, and it's happened already. Like somebody has, see, this guy's calling me right now, literally calling me right now. I missed it, but that's the type of stuff where it's like, it, I didn't just text him. I tried. He called me twice yesterday after I dropped the voicemail. I called him back. He didn't answer, and now he's calling me back 23 hours later. That's so funny. It was literally happening as I was saying it, and so that's what's going on with SMS. So you got to be kind of careful. There will be, I'd imagine, some slippage, some people that slip through the cracks just because you're not in front of your computer, in front of the software, right when it's happening. Um, and not only that, but for everybody who's following up after the fact, because you don't want to not put people on a drip campaign. You don't want people to not get automated message follow-ups, but you also don't want to have so many people getting automated message follow-ups that it's just wasting money because you're having to pay per text. So, I would rather send 100 texts and be able to reply to the hottest ones, maybe feel out the warm ones, rather than blast out 1,000 and only try to go after the lowest hanging fruit that still might not be the best lead out of the bunch. Um, so that's what's going on there. And I'm also kind of figuring out how to do, because I can, through my software here, my SMS software, call I can call Uh, I can call out. I can make outbound calls through the software. And when I do that, I can use my headphones, my headset, because I have set my computer settings um, to change the sound output and input through my headphones, both of them. But then when I get inbound calls, it routes it to my cell phone. So that's kind of the issue I was facing. So I just need to be kind of like aware and like drop my headphones, pick up my phone if I'm getting an inbound. If I miss my inbound, put my headphones on, dial out using that, because I do want to use the software as much as possible, because it just offers a bunch of free features like call recording where I might as well. So it's, again, kind of one of those things where it's a little unfortunate. I haven't found out a way, and I haven't really, to be honest, dug deep enough to try to find a way where guys can maybe hear the conversation, because you'll be able to hear me. I just don't know if you'll be able to hear the person. Um, so I've seen people use like maybe a little external speaker, so that when the sound comes through the computer, because I just don't want to be talking to them via my computer speaker and microphone. I think there's a reason I got these headphones, right? The sound is way crisper and cleaner. So um, this guy, let's see, just called me. I think I ran some comps for him yesterday when he had called in. Yeah, notes. I got some notes here. He listed it on market for 6 months. It was his last asking price was 230. I have ARV at about 260. For a light rehab, I would need to be max 180. Um, Let me pull the prop stream out. It would have to be max 180. If he listed at 230 and got no traction, he probably would have been walking away with around 210, let's say. Um, so he knows it wasn't have gotten for 230, and he would get 210. How overpriced was it though? I don't know. I have ARV again being 260 right now. I don't know when. That's why I'm trying to pull up prop stream. I don't know when that was listed, because I know the market's been going crazy, so the prices have gone up. So maybe he is still expecting 230. Imagine this is a quick phone call, but because I think that he's going to be a little bit unrealistic if he's still in that same headspace when he listed it on market. So just wanting to get a little information, but I am going to give him a quick call to find out if it's something we can make happen. But I wanted to just dig a little, not dig really at all. I just want to, this is all out an area that's like not the most popular. Um, Prop stream gives an estimated value of 224. MLS details. He did this last year. He listed it um, probably like June and then or July, and it failed 29th of November. So it's been almost a year since then. Um, I wanted to see if he had any linked properties. He has two properties. This is his second property that he does not live in. Um, it looks like at least he's owned it for 24 years. Probably a little older guy. Let me see what's going on. I'm gonna give him a call back. Make sure my system sounds are good. I need to go blow my nose before I do anything. I'm on. Yeah. 1 second. Can't lie either. It's been a while since I've really like been having a lot of seller conversations. Uh, and I really felt that yesterday. I was trying to hop on the phones with people, and I was kind of stuttering through my script. I was like, damn, I need to hop back on the dialer for real. I already kind of lost the muscle memory. Let me give this guy a call. I said MAO, max allowable offer for light rehab is 180. I think I thought I put some comps in there. Yeah, a lot of activity in this area, actually, now that I'm seeing it again. Maybe I was tripping about it not being popular. So I got two properties, one that went for 270, one that went for 247. What did I called ARV 260. I think that's probably accurate. Give this guy a call real quick. He didn't answer. So these are the type of people that I want to build a new campaign for. Hello? He's tripping. These are the type of people I want to build a new campaign for, because once they call me, it actually in the system marks it as replied. Which I don't want, because when things get marked and tagged as replied, they get moved to the replied stage and then they get removed from the campaign. Um, yeah. If that makes sense. So I have a couple people that are just sitting in limbo because they've tried calling me. I've tried calling them. We've just playing phone tag a little bit, but haven't been able to get a hold of each other. And then they just sit in limbo because they're no longer getting automated texts. So what I want to do is maybe set up a new campaign where it's like a missed call campaign, or playing phone tag campaign. Because I'm always gonna, if I see that somebody's called me, I'm always gonna want to try to call them back. But if I can't call them back, I just want to put them into a new campaign where it's kind of just like, again, approaching them for the first time almost, because they're likely going to call me after the first few messages, but just a campaign that alludes to the fact that we've been playing phone tag. Hey, we've been playing phone tag a little bit. I had initially reached out about, address. Um, just wanted to check to see, are you interested? Is there interest in possibly selling that place? Just try to get some type of confirmation one way or another, so that I know then what new campaign to drop them in. If they're like, yeah, I'm interested, then I can drop them in the, if the conversation, that's another thing. I always want to be as intimate as possible and be the one replying. And I don't want to rely on the automation, but only rely on the automation when people start ghosting you, start falling off. Right. And, so that I don't have to continue jumping in and being like, "Hey, just wanted to check. Are you interested at all? I know we talked a while back, but you know what I mean." So, anyways, everybody's starting to. I'm getting ready to drop a bunch of. Well, I'll keep these here. That's something that I have to do tonight because these are starting to pile up, and I want to be able to put everybody somewhere. So I'm going to drop in another. I did 60 the other day. I'll drop in another 75 today. my concern is not concern, but as I was just mentioning, I'm just wary because um, everybody who I dropped in the campaign 3 days ago is getting texted again, probably like within the next hour here. So, a new round of texts are going out to people who have already texted. But yeah, hopefully that makes sense. I also want to make sure that I'm not okay. Yeah, I just need to figure out more filters. Uh, campaign. I want to say has. I don't want them to be in a campaign. That's the thing. Has active campaign, has pause campaign, inactive campaign, in finished campaign, in pause campaign, and canceled campaign. Okay, that's not obviously what I want. It's another filter. I just want to pull everybody that's not in any campaign. Maybe tag. Okay, yeah. Tag is not. Sorry, everybody. I'm telling you, I'm learning as I go here. Tag. Okay, well, I know what tag is. I want the tag from my import. Out of county absentees. Boom. But a lot of these have already been texted. So how do I? You know what I mean? Damn. Well, maybe it just won't let me add. Oh, you know what I can do? I'm gonna sort it. Oh no, it won't let me do that either. But okay, here we go. Sort by last activity. Yeah, there we go. Last activity, so that all the ones with no activity are at the top of the list. And those are the people who have not been imported into the campaign. Oh, but I also don't want. Okay, so I want to add the filter. Tag is the import. So I want all those people. And then I want to sort it by last activity. And that's showing me 20 people. Let me change the page size so I don't have to keep scrolling through to 50. So first page, 1 to 50. That's solid. Let's see if the next page is solid. I'd imagine it is. Boom. Okay. Yep. All right. So what I'm going to do is go to the first page. Man, it starts lagging once you start clicking around too much. I think it's just my computer because this is a very robust software that probably needs a lot of power behind it to work efficiently. So I'm going to select 50 records, skip to the next page, and select through another 25, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. All right. Selected 75 records. I'm going to add to campaign. Okay, proceed. I'm going to add them to the general 30-day phone number 1 campaign. I'm going to add them in drip mode. Action, enter a description for the action to be shown in tracking reports. 75 contacts imported to general 30-day campaign on one. Start on today, the 21st of October. It is currently 3:52 in my market, which is what I have the times at. I'll do 3:55 that they start getting sent out. Batch quantity. I'm gonna. What did I do? I did two. I did 2 every minute last time. So they all got sent out in about 30 minutes. I think that's what I did. Yeah, I think I did 2 every minute. I'll do 2 every minute. Batch quantity repeat after 1. 2 every 30 seconds. I forget what it told me last time. It was like you can't use seconds or something like that. Let me just be sure. All right. If I do 2 every 30 seconds, that's 4 a minute. So I'll be getting through it in pretty much 20 minutes. That may be too much. I just want to do 1. I'll just do 2 a minute. 2 every minute. That's what I did last time. 2 every minute. I'll get through it in, what is it? Yeah, 38 minutes. That's cool. 2 every minute. Start on 5 minutes or 1 minute from now. Start from 2 p.m. to, what did I say? How long it was going to take? 30 minutes, 38 minutes. So I just want to have it go to at least 5, just in case my math is wrong, which I don't think it is, but it shouldn't take longer than an hour, 5 minutes. Add to campaign workflow. There we go. Boom. Let's go. 75. Your bulk action has been scheduled. Click here to see the progress. All right. Got 75 going out now. Starting now, at least 2 every minute, starting on this minute. So wish me luck. Here we go. This is, again, like really just practice for myself at this point. I don't expect anything crazy to happen. I'm just trying to get the numbers up, trying to get the contacts up, and really slow play it, like I've been saying, and refine this process, because this is something that I want to make a habit of. I want to come on here and every day at like the minimum at one point in time send like 500 texts. For a small man operation, 1-man operation, what I've heard, 1,000 texts a day isn't unrealistic. That's like probably what you want to max yourself out at. But yeah, like if you want to sit down in front of your computer for 5 hours, send out 200 every hour, send out 100 every 30 minutes. You're handling like 3-4 messages every minute. That's doable. Again, if you've refined your process and you're able to quickly disposition the conversations, weed out the bad ones, start to filter out the conversations that you actually want to have, stuff like that. So I'm definitely wanting to make a habit of it. Here we go. Okay, see, this is what I want to stay on top of. Automatically, it got this error code, so I want to replace it automatically. Boom, replace number 2. And now it's not going to waste any time giving them a voicemail, a ringless voicemail, because I've already updated it. So this is what I want to be doing for now until I figure out how to automatically do that. Because I don't want to waste money by dropping them a ringless voicemail if it's an incorrect number or a landline, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. Because I'm pretty sure I pay for it anyways. Even if it's just the landline. Boom. It sent out the second one. Error as well. So I'm going to go replace number 3. Replace number 3 is going to get rid of the replace number 2 tag. It should at least. And then it's going to move them to the phone 3 campaign, which again is just an exact duplicate of the phone one campaign and the phone two campaign. It's just a matter of getting it to that campaign so that the phone numbers can be updated, so that I don't have to manually go pull the list and then re-import them into the same campaign. I could just have it automatically go to a second campaign. All right, no responses yet. Again, just clicking through the initial to make sure I'm not wasting money. Here's another one. Add tag, replace number 2. That's going to replace the phone number and push them to that second phone number campaign, which again is just a duplicate. This one I've already pushed to the third, and that one's not unsuccessful. So that one was a perfect example of pushing them through to that third campaign all at once, not wasting money on dropping ringless voicemails. Or what happened the other day was I wasn't doing this on Tuesday when I first started it. So then on Wednesday, it was even sending the second follow up to that or to that number that kicked back the error code. So that's why I really wanted to stay on top of it, because again, it's just wasting money. Here's another one where I sent it out, came back unsuccessful, replaced it with the second phone number, and that one went through. So I'm kind of I'm liking this process so far, as long as I can stay on top of it like I am. But I definitely would want to at one point try to automate this. If I can automate this, that would be golden. That's like exactly what I want. Sent out maybe 10 so far today. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, we're cooking now. We are cooking. If you're still tapped in and you're wishing me good luck, go do me a favor and make it official. Drop a like for me and drop a comment saying, "Good luck, man. Good luck, Derek. I hope these leads start coming your way." Or if you're like, "Man, this dude, he doesn't know what he's doing," comment saying, "Man, you're tripping, bro. You can't do that. You need to do this." Let me know. And if you're like, "Man, this fool's killing it. He's going crazy on the SMS campaigns," go ahead, hit the subscribe button. I'd love to have you on future live sessions. That's really my goal here on the YouTube, is just to build a little bit of a community. I already have a couple people that tap in frequently, and I really want to run those numbers up a little bit higher. Because I really just want to be able to hop on here and like answer questions or just talk, chat it up. So if that's something that you're looking to do as well, don't only subscribe, but hit the notification bell, because I'd love for you to get notified when I do go live. I go live. I'm trying to go live once a day at least. At times it seems a little unnecessary because you can't see what I'm doing. But again, if this is, it wouldn't seem so lame if I had somebody to bounce some conversation off of. So if that's something that you're interested, again, subscribe, and then hit the notification so you get updated when I do go live. Or just hop on YouTube around this time every day. You know. Ringless voicemails are starting to be dropped on the phone numbers that did go through. It gets kind of delayed though when that second message comes through. I think it throws it off. Like